Hello, everybody, and welcome to this podcast today. I have a very special guest here, Erin Robinson. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
And you are in a nice environment there with your horses. We, I think we are going to interview the horses as well. So please tell us a little about you. Where are you from and what are you doing?
Uh, well, my name is Erin. This is River, and we are located in Colorado in the United States, just right outside of Denver. And uh, we live on a property called Grateful Farms. It was named it was named by my husband who passed 5 years ago.
Okay.
And he passed suddenly. And how we got into what we're doing now is actually that my horses and a modality called heart math saved my life after he died. The grief of him dying and all of the circumstances after his death were pretty traumatic.
Yeah.
And with these guys, uh, I was able to find my way back to life. So um, they certainly helped. And now what we do is we partner with them. My mom and I partner with them here at Grateful Farms to uh, help others heal from anxiety or any kind of stress or uh, grief. You know, a big focus of ours right now is on caregivers. My husband had cancer for 6 years, and in my journey of through grief and healing, I realized if I would have had, if I would have had the horses and if I would have had, or the horses sooner, and if I would have had heart math, the modality that I practice, um, the circumstances may have been different. So,
So you want to
uh,
help others now?
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's
Uh,
great. Yeah.
yeah. And so, uh, really what it's about, we don't do any writing. Everything is done on the ground. And the benefit of what the way that I started working with the horses uh, was that I couldn't focus. They came to us from Montana, and I couldn't. They had never been ridden before, and so there
Okay.
was no expectation that they would be ridden. There was no expectation of them other than to just be horses. So as they came to us, um, and as I started healing, it was just more witnessing how they respond. They're only a herd of two, but how they respond to each other and really listening to uh, list that they do and really paying attention. And so we partnered with them to do that.
We have a little bad connection, but I think I heard all that you say. So, yeah.
Gentle, 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 gentle.
So when people have grief or something special, they come to you and how do they manage? Do you just put them out to the horses and let them choose or what how is you worked it?
So what we do is I'll have an introductory call with them to make sure that we understand everything that's going on. And then uh, once they get here, we will share territory with the horses. So just to set the intention and just to get into the energetic field with them. Um, and to make sure that the horses know what our intentions are. And then they get to choose whether or not they're going to participate. We don't very rarely will I halter them or anything. It's mostly just being out in the field with them, and they'll choose whether or not to stay with us or not to. So we start by sharing territory with them, and then the client will come in and greet them. And depending on which one resonates with the client and which one the client resonated with, they will say, okay, you know, this is River. I want to work with River today. And then we set the intention. If River is congruent with the intention and he wants to participate, then he will show up, and we'll determine what an exercise could be. You know, perhaps it's a we have an exercise where where we lead them into a hula hoop, as you picture the hula hoop as a maybe an issue that you're having or something that you can't get past, and we'll have them visualize the issue as the hula hoop and then lead the horse into the hula hoop, the horse's 2 front feet. If the horse refuses to go into the hula hoop, then we go back and we reflect back with the client and see, you know, what is it that's blocking you? And so it's the self-discovery and just partnering with the horses and having them be our kind of guide through it. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, it really does. And I think that River, he wants to get famous. He's with us all
Oh
the
yeah.
time.
Yeah. He's hey, no pine. Uh yes, he loves to be part of he was my healer when I started to heal, and uh he loves to hold space. It's what he does best. He's a nurturer, and he wants to be a part of the conversation. So yeah, this is what he does.
Yeah, and he does his work good, but it must be fantastic for a horse. He gets to choose himself. If he don't want to participate, he don't have to. So that's fantastic.
Yep.
What what
And really
uh,
this
what
go ahead.
is the reaction of people if the horse say no, I don't want to be in this?
Uh, it so that's the part of the inner reflection. You know, some people may feel abandonment, some people may feel rejection. Some people it might not bother them at all. Um, Here he comes again.
Yeah.
You can't have your nose on the keyboard, buddy. Uh, it depends on what their current experience is. And what we'll do is just kind of work through it, you know, like and what is really interesting is to ask, like, do you think that the horse really is really rejecting you? Or is that a story that you've made up? And when we get past the story that they've made up, typically the horse will come back because you've changed your energetic frequency.
Mhm.
So typically the horse will come back and um, re-engage. And if they don't, then we work around it. You know, it's not the most important thing is that we're caring for the horses first and foremost. Um, and then however they choose to engage, we let them do whatever. It's a very dynamic field environment.
Mhm. We human are very good at making up stories about ourselves in the brain, and I
Mhm.
follow you there.
Yep. Yeah. And I mean, we know that horses don't have the ego that we do. So, and uh, there's nothing, they can't lie to us. So they just show up in pure authenticity and they teach us how to do that too. Um, I will say as part of my healing with the horses, what they've taught me is to be so undeniably authentic and so myself, um, that it has brought clarity and much more ease to my life in just um, living the way that they do
Mhm.
in pure authenticity.
Yeah, we have come a long way, far away from ourselves. There's so many distractions today, and to connect with a horse is a whole different thing. It's not a phone you look at and then you can click and
Right. Yes. The I don't know if you've heard of heart math. Have you heard of it?
please say that again.
Heart math, the Heart Math Institute, perhaps.
No, I haven't.
So what heart math is it's the science of the heart. And what science is showing is that our heart sends more signals to our brain than our brain does to our heart. And our heart has an electromagnetic field of at least 3 to 5 feet that science can measure. And based on the energetics of this field and our level of heart and brain coherence, we can start to communicate with animals and with each other in a very different way from an energetic standpoint. So really using heart math and to communicate more effectively has been helpful as well.
Yeah, I'm sure about that. And as you say, you get to know yourself in a whole other way.
Yes, for sure.
But it's also with the heartbeats. Are working with people who are afraid of riding. That that the heartbeat, the horse can feel the heartbeat on a very large distance. So there's a lot of things that we should know about ourselves, how we get the heart to beat in a certain way, and not thinking all these bad thoughts about ourselves. That's a great one. We just carrying on with our lives, and we jumping over things, and yeah, we get to the next step, and we're not reflecting uh, about this.
Right. How is the audio for you? Are you, or is it still, the internet?
It's coming and going a little. It's now you were away a little, but you're coming back every time, so it's okay.
Okay. I just want to make sure that this is productive for us.
Yeah, it is. So how
Good.
many people do you have
Good.
coming there? You have only two horses, or do you have more horses? Or
We have two here. So, and then ideally the herd would be a little bit bigger, but our property is smaller, so we want to make sure that um, we've got enough room for them. Um, and as far as working in groups, uh, there are other barns available where we can work with bigger herds and bigger groups. But
Mhm.
so for these horses and we only work with one individual at a time.
Okay.
Um, there are weeks during the summer when the weather is nicer that every other week we have a group of folks that are neurodivergent that come, and we will do, um, a class about how the horse's body works and how their intuition works. Um, and then we'll have games and things like that, but it's more about having the group of folks be around the horses, uh, and not necessarily, sometimes we'll have a couple of people brush them, but there's not a ton of pressure on the horses when we have groups here at all.
No.
It's just more about being in their field that helps people feel better.
Mm. Yeah, I can imagine if there comes a lot of people, they maybe get tired of it and walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. And they'll and
Now I can't hear you.
into um, they are our partners, and we need to make sure before 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 we are caring for other people.
Okay, will you say this again because you disappeared?
Oh, yeah. It might be helpful for me to move a little bit closer now that the horses are nothing like a dynamic field. This is how the sessions go.
Yeah.
This is a good example of how the sessions go.
No connection at all.
Right. Is that any better?
Yeah. Um, Now you are freezing again.
We might be better here. Is that better?
Yeah, now you're better. That's good.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to grab a seat and see. You're getting a tour of our home.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. The horses may come up, and this is their trough right here. So hopefully we'll see them again. Is that clear? Thank you for your patience.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We just take it for what it is. I know
Good.
the technique is not always what we wanted it to be, but it's good to have.
Learning, right? We're
Yeah,
always learning. Yes.
learning patience.
Right. For sure. For sure.
So, do you have a lot of people coming? Are there people asking for coming, or you have a amount that you say no more, or
Um, we don't right now. We have we are open to more people. Well, we've got the 2 horses here. I do have a couple of other heart math practitioners in Colorado that uh are have bigger herds where we could that are open to other clients. So we're all open to new clients. If let me see, it depends on what anybody is looking for. We've got a um, friend and partner that has 3 Clydesdales and a mini that she works
mm,
with. And she works with with leadership in she works and teaches leadership with her horses for corporate. Uh, we've got another friend who has a nonprofit ranch down south of us that has a herd of like 25 horses, and they use them for they partner with them for hippotherapy. And we've done a little bit of work with them with heart math. And then I don't know if you've heard of this. It's called horse guided empowerment. What it is it is a modality, and this is the modality that we practice here at Grateful Farms. But it's a modality where we partner with the horses so that they can reflect back your own inner wisdom. So the hula hoop exercise that I was explaining, that's actually a horse guided empowerment uh, exercise that Christina Mars has created. She is the founder of the school, and she's located in Ecuador. And what we are trying to achieve with horse guided empowerment is to raise awareness across the planet about it, to truly honor the horses in um, for what they are truly capable of. Instead of making them just tools, everybody looks at them as like they're going to do something for me, right?
Mm.
Instead
Yeah.
of do something with me or
Yeah.
do something um how we can partner with them versus making them a tool. So uh I would say there are all kinds of opportunities with horse guided empowerment to become right. I was a student a couple of years ago, and now I'm a mentor to all of the people in the Western Hemisphere. That's how I met Heidi. Uh,
Yeah.
so um, I would say, you know, if anybody's interested in the work that we're doing, to check out Horse Guided Empowerment on Christina's website and see if any of it interests you. If you're interested in um, if you're interested in becoming a student, if you're interested in learning more about it, if you're interested in having an experience in horse guided empowerment, all of those things are available.
And I think most of all, it's not just the horses, but a lot of these things are about ourselves. As you said, that we don't have the horse as a tool to lift ourselves, but but we lift ourselves in another way together with the horse, and I think you feel much better. I have going through all this competition and all these things with horses, and I think when you come to this stage where you know that you can learn a lot from the horse, not just to ride on it, but mentally and heart and everything. It's a fantastic feeling.
Agreed. Agreed. And to really learn to listen to what they're saying, or how they're communicating and what they're trying to tell us. Um, when I was younger, I competed on saddlebreds, and the way that that was, you know, 30 years ago, um, and the way that we treated those horses, not knowing the wisdom that they have within them, and doing the things that we saw the trainers do to them.
Mhm.
Um, I from a competition standpoint, I think we've my mom and I have swayed to the other side where it's really about just like horses, you tell us how it's going to go.
Mhm.
Uh, and really listening to how they're going to show us what this is all going to be like. I mean, I've learned more from these horses in the past 5 years than some of my greatest teachers. Like, they've been some of my greatest teachers in life, and certainly greater than some of the humans that I've met.
Mhm.
So, um, going back to understanding ourselves, I think that if we can listen to them and um, pay attention to the herd dynamic and how they interact with one another and how they interact with the environment outside of that, like just in the natural world, I think that that helps teach us too and helps us come into greater awareness.
Mhm. And that you can use in everyday life, and you will feel so much better.
Yes, for
Mhm.
sure. Yes. Yeah,
So, is there anything else you wanted to tell us about? Sorry.
that's all right. Um, I think that uh, the most important message that the one thing that I'm most passionate about is making sure that people understand the true or are open to understanding the true wisdom of horses. Um, there is a film that's being worked on right now that I have to uh, I don't know the filmmakers. I have had a couple of exchanges with them, but the work that they are doing is really remarkable. The film is called Rescued Hearts, and I can send you a link to the preview of it if you would like to share it. But it's all about how we can listen to the wisdom of the herd and how we can really start to honor horses for the true magic that they are. And in turn, we get to heal, right? So when we respect and honor the horses and the herd, then we start to heal. So it is divine reciprocity. It is the way that we can truly care for one of the ways that we can truly care for nature, and nature in return cares for us and helps us.
That's right.
So I will send you a link to that and would love to hear your input on it. These ladies are doing great work.
Sounds great. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will share you a link. So if people wanted to get in contact with you, they can do that if they want to know more.
Yeah. We don't have a website right now. It's still in the works. But if people want to email me, I will send you my email and you can post it if that's helpful and that's what you choose to do.
Yeah,
Great.
for sure. Not too much technique. It's just an email, and the rest
Yep.
is nature and horses. It sounds
Yep.
great.
Yep. There's not a lot of time for the web stuff. We've got
No,
to take care of the guys.
I think a lot of people want to get back to that as well.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Hopefully. We've got horses making noise. And it
Okay.
was such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. It was so nice to meeting you. And I hope that you out there also like this. And if you like all my podcasts, please be here next week as well and subscribe to this podcast. It will help me a lot. So thank you.
Loved it.
Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much.
much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.